Episode 1: The Beginning of the Ramayana. A serene forest. In a time long ago, in the ancient land of Bharat, there lived a sage named Valmiki. It is said that he was the first poet, and from his pen flowed one of the greatest epics the world has ever known, the Ramayana. Sage Valmiki, deeply moved by the plight of all living beings, often found himself in deep contemplation. The suffering and struggles of the world weighed heavily on his heart, and he sought a way to bring solace and wisdom to humanity. In his quest for answers, Valmiki decided to compose a tale that would not only entertain, but also inspire and guide future generations. He believed that through storytelling, profound truths could be conveyed, and the essence of righteousness could be imparted to all. As he sat in meditation, seeking divine guidance, a miraculous vision appeared before him. The air around him shimmered with a celestial glow, and he felt a presence that was both awe-inspiring and comforting. "O Valmiki, you shall compose the story of Rama, the Prince of Ayodhya," a voice from the divine vision proclaimed. "This story will be a beacon of hope and a guide for all who seek the path of righteousness. Rama, the Prince of Ayodhya, will walk the path of righteousness with unwavering determination. His life will be a testament to the power of virtue and the strength of character. Through his actions, Rama will become the embodiment of virtue, performing deeds that will inspire countless generations. His compassion, bravery, and sense of justice will serve as a model for all. The story of Rama, as told by you, Valmiki, shall live on for all eternity. It will be written in the ancient scriptures and passed down through the ages, a timeless tale of righteousness and virtue that will continue to guide and inspire humanity." Valmiki's hermitage became a center of learning and wisdom. Disciples from far and wide came to learn from the sage, eager to hear the epic tale of Rama and absorb the teachings of righteousness. The sage's words resonated deeply with all who heard them, and the story of Rama began to spread, touching the hearts and minds of people across the land. Valmiki's dedication to preserving and sharing this tale ensured that its lessons would endure for generations to come. And so, under divine inspiration, Valmiki began to write the Ramayana. This epic would recount the life of Rama, the seventh avatar of the god Vishnu, who was born to uphold Dharma and restore balance in the world. Our story begins in the prosperous kingdom of Kosala, in its capital city, Ayodhya. Ruled by the wise and just King Dasharatha, Ayodhya was a land of peace and prosperity, where Dharma was upheld and its people thrived.
Ayodhya, O Ayodhya, our home of joy and harmony, where every heart is content and every soul is free.
King Dasharatha was a ruler loved by his people, known for his fairness and wisdom. Yet, despite his many blessings, there was one sorrow that weighed heavily on his heart. He had no sons to inherit his throne and continue his lineage. "Oh, how I wish for an heir to carry on my legacy and uphold the values of our great kingdom." As the years passed, King Dasharatha grew more anxious. The weight of the kingdom's future pressed heavily on his shoulders, and the absence of an heir gnawed at his peace of mind. Each evening, he would walk through the palace gardens, gazing up at the stars, wondering if the gods had forgotten him. He prayed fervently to the gods for a child, performing sacred rituals with unwavering devotion. The sacred fire burned brightly, and the air was thick with the scent of incense. Priests chanted ancient hymns, their voices rising in unison, beseeching the divine to bless the king with an heir. He sought the counsel of sages, wise men who had dedicated their lives to understanding the will of the gods. They offered him advice, shared ancient wisdom, and performed intricate rituals. But still, the king remained childless. His heart ached with longing, and his mind was filled with questions. The palace, once a place of joy and celebration, now felt like a prison. King Dasharatha often found himself sitting alone in a dimly lit room, his thoughts consumed by his unfulfilled desire for a son. The laughter of children echoed in his mind, a painful reminder of what he lacked. "What must I do to be blessed with a son?" he asked, his voice filled with desperation. "I have performed every ritual and prayer, yet my heart remains heavy with longing." The priests and sages had no easy answers, and the king's despair grew with each passing day. The rituals were elaborate, the prayers sincere, but the king's distress only deepened. He wondered if he had angered the gods, or if there was some unknown reason for his plight. "Your Majesty, the gods hear your plea," said one of the priests, his voice calm and reassuring. "Continue to have faith, for the divine works in mysterious ways." The priest's words offered a glimmer of hope, but the king's heart remained heavy. The temple was filled with smoke and light, a mystical atmosphere that seemed to bridge the gap between the mortal and the divine. The king watched as the priest conducted the ritual, his heart filled with a mixture of hope and despair. He knew that he had to trust in the gods, but the waiting was unbearable. But the gods had not forgotten Dasharatha's plea. The heavens themselves seemed to respond to his heartfelt prayers, as if the very fabric of the universe was shifting to answer his call. The ancient king, with his heart full of hope and desperation, had reached out to the divine, and the divine had listened. The golden rays breaking through the dark clouds were not just a sign of a new dawn, but a promise of divine intervention. A divine plan was unfolding, one that would bring a savior to the world and change the course of history forever. The ancient scrolls had foretold of this moment, where celestial beings would descend upon the earth, bringing with them a mystical light that would illuminate the darkest corners of the world. This was not just a story of gods and men, but a tale of destiny and the eternal struggle between light and darkness. Thus begins the story of the Ramayana, the tale of Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, and Hanuman, a story of love, duty, sacrifice, and the eternal battle between good and evil. This epic saga is not just a narrative, but a living tradition that has been passed down through generations. The statues of these revered figures stand as a testament to their enduring legacy, while the ancient murals depict the grandeur and the trials they faced. Festivals and ceremonies continue to celebrate their deeds, reminding us of the values they embodied. Join us in the next episode as we dive deeper into this epic journey, beginning with the miraculous birth of the one destined to bring balance to the world, Rama. In the ancient palace, amidst the royal family, a golden cradle bathed in divine light heralded the arrival of a savior. The serene landscape with the rising sun symbolized a new beginning, while the ringing of temple bells echoed the joy and reverence of the people. This was not just the birth of a prince, but the dawn of a new era, a glimmer of hope that would shine through the ages. Stay with us as we explore the life and adventures of Rama, the challenges he faced, and the legacy he left behind.